Bless her little kitty sneeze. Little kitty sneeze. I heard a little kitty sneeze in the little bowl. Little kitty meow. I don't like red. What you doing, Mr. Meow? I'll use that guy. So I want to do, I just got an idea. And I want to do a Gantt chart for mythology. A mythological Gantt chart. So you have like Zeus and then spreads off with all the storylines off from that. I might have to buy into artificial intelligence. Like pay to use it. I stayed away for a long time. Cooperation is nature's way, and I can't be adamantly against anything. If I'm adamantly against something, I need to look at that within myself. We're going through a lot of self-reflection this week. I am. My birthday's this week. Another cycle around the sun, or the sun around the cycle. Whatever. My life has changed so much. Every year it's like a different lifetime from one year to the next. And I just watch people just stuck in these patterns where nothing good comes from it. Then I have to ignore and not pay attention to what goes on in the world, because if it bothers my peace. See, every time somebody says, this is what you have to do, you must do this, I always ask myself why. I don't have to do anything. I'm an autonomous being. I don't have to do anything. I do things because I want to make things better, not just for me, but for everybody else around me. That's where people get hung up. They think that people outside of their own potential of allowance, so to speak, they don't look right, they don't act right, they don't deserve what I have because I act right and I look right. There is no right. We're all connected. We are all part of the same organism. We live on Earth. What's up? And for people to just have so much contempt and to be so closed off, hearts are just stones. They're rocks. You try to smile at somebody, it just can't penetrate all the hurt that they've built up in their life. Now they're taking that hurt and they're matching that hurt and they're taking out in the world and they're driving around in their vehicles. All they need is somebody to look at them wrong. Boom! Every hurt they ever had built up, released in one instant. And their life and potentially other people's lives are ruined. So they blocked off the Gorge Bridge yesterday again. Put my number up on the box, and if people want to jump off it, tell them to call me first and I will come out there. I'm so tired of people wanting to leave this earth because we can't create one worth living on. We just can't do it. We just can't pull ourselves together to be decent. We can't pull ourselves together to be brave enough to carry that bravery out in the world. And when somebody flips me off or cuts me off, I have to pay them back. No, I have to let them go. We are at war for no reason, and people are dying in places yet again that we don't belong because men are conflicted within themselves. And that's the only reason why we go to war. Because the Viagra stops working, and they have to do other things to feel strong and powerful. But not my cat. I have my dog and my cat right there. Let me say it again. We go to war and people die because men, big strong men, feel little itty bitty tiny and they're mad because of their erectile dysfunction. And then they're in positions of power. Biff has been set up forever to be president. Probably longer than I've been alive. I've been alive 52, 53 years. I even went to fake war. How many people have ever even been in my, well, Bob Biggins, there's a few people I come across with. They used to be infantry. I get a lot of like infantry and like, people that have been at war with themselves and then found that if I find peace within myself, then I never have to go to war in life. Because I'm not going to match that energy. That's what they want Aries to do. They call us the god of war. It's because people fucking provoke us and pick on us all the time. That's why because we're good at defending ourselves. Because people think it's cool to. Did you know Iran is an Aries? The nation is an Aries. So us, a Cancer nation, a little crab. I know that energy. I'm going to snap at you and then run away because it's my rising sign. My name's Marge. I'm born female. I've been female the whole time and I ain't never lost the plot. When I was 5, I thought, man, I want to be a little boy so I can pee in the woods. And then I grew up. You're perceiving me based on your perception. You can think I am whatever you want. Whatever you want. You can have whatever perceive me however you like. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I married. That's cool. Like I said, when I was 5, I wanted to be even later in life, as 40, I wanted to have my. You know what I found out? They did weird shit to me when Mom was pregnant with me. They put beta blockers and hormone blockers and stuff in her. They do that. That's how they invert us. That's how they create the whole trans agenda. Don't let them be a male. Don't let them be a female. Jamie Lee Curtis is one of those. We're inverts. Either they invert us to go to like the Democrat, all that ideology, all that weird shit, Hollywood stardom. I'm born on April 9th. If I would have gone the way of my ego, I could have been another Jenna Jameson because she's my birthday twin. Do you know who she is? But I went the way of the spirit instead. So I don't have all that. I gotta get away from who I was because I don't want to see who I was in the mirror anymore, so I have to cover all that stuff up. See, they tried to break my brain. Like the whole gamut, everything, all that MK Ultra stuff. I check all the boxes. I just didn't even know I was a puppet until later in life. When I was in the military, they gave me 8 anthrax vaccines, either to give me cancer and kill me off, or to frickin' make me so angry in the world and sad and mad about everything. Because when they mix elixirs with your astrology, they make your I was born at a designated time, on a designated day. And Mom had 2 choices. April 1st, which is a Freemason day. I come from Freemasons. I'm a freak of nature. I'm like beauty, and I'm the beast, like Beauty and the Beast without no beauty. I just lock myself away and take care of Mom and my critters, my dog and my cat. We used to have, when we moved to Taos, we had so many more critters, but you only get to love these things so long on life. You just love things while you got them, while you got time that you get to share with them. I mean, when you're related to people, I don't come from a close family. I've probably been in close proximity with my brother like time collected, where we were around each other. Because even when we were under the same roof, we didn't like to be. I liked to be around him because he was my big brother, but he hated me, and it was a fun game to see how nice he can be while being a dick and me not. It was like a game. It was weird, like the psychological things that I went through with. Not a lot of people learn how to play chess when they're 2, 3 years old. So if you learn how to, I'm not for every. I'm there. I'm so for so few people on this planet Earth. My demographic is so tiny. It's so small that I don't know where else to go to find people. So I go to all the social medias and cause like, you ever notice that you see the first monkey, you see somebody on the internet doing something, and before you know it, you're just flooded with other people doing that same thing, like traveling hobos that aren't really hobos. They're all commercial, or like the little masked chick that's married to the age inappropriate military guy. That's a common thread, or police guy, or like that's like. But you don't see other me's on. You don't see other Margies. Margie is mixed up mirage. I'm like an illusion. I have no earth in this chart. I don't even think I'm of this earth. I've always been one of those. I don't belong here. Groups, I find people that, like, if they have a heart, I can appeal to their heart. I can connect to hearts. But when people have no heart, no soul, I can't find the combination to become in congruence with them. Therefore, my world has become so very small. And I keep trying. And it's my birthday week, and then it's like, here comes the sad, because I keep trying. and I can't. I don't make connections. And I keep trying to figure out what is wrong with you. What's wrong with you? I used to be able to do it, and now I absolutely can't do false, fake, anything. I can't. And it makes it hard to relate to others. I mean, I can relate to everybody. It makes it difficult for others to relate to me. They have so many people that are on drugs, and you can't relate to people that are on drugs because you never know what timeline they're in. You never know where they're at in time and space. That's why, like, people get hit, because someone will be in their own little timeline, and then it's like reality sets in. It's like, I told you to take the laundry out of the freaking dryer, and I can't rely on you to do anything, and what, all that. The world, you get sucked back into the world, and then, oh, hell will be rained down upon, as the psychos say. We will rain hell down. I can't believe that guy, dude. He is so mad. I never want to be like him, and I have so much Gemini in my chart. So much Gemini. Or Gemini energy. And Saturn? My Saturn is like bleh right now. 29 degrees in Saturn. In Gemini. I'm just peeing. I hardly don't even know what to do with myself. So I just breathe deep. Try. This is from cream. I quit cream. I quit putting cream in my pot coffee. I'm back to black. Back to the black coffee. The weather's nice though. The weather is always nice on my, like, I've had so many birthdays where people just didn't even care. And like, I love birthdays, so when it's other people's birthdays, especially when I was in court, I would make people birthday cakes. One time I was dating this chick and she had this friend, and I made her a rainbow cake, and I even made the cake colors in correspondence to the color on the rainbow. It was dope. You know, I always had visions that if I was on auntie, that I would every year that they would get whatever themed birthday cake they wanted. And now I live in a place where I have such little space. I don't even like cooking where I live. I want a big kitchen. I want to move into my forever home and have a garden and grow cannabis, and then take the cannabis flower and infuse it into butter, and then take the butter and make caramel and give it to people so they're in such a good mood they don't want to bomb anybody any place. Do you know Iran's in Aries? And Cancer America is being a little crab bitch and flexing, and that's what this stuff is all about. It's all about stories in the sky. Yeah, you sure? Whatever. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? I'll tell you what. You go find an encyclopedia and report back. Go ahead. It's always dudes named Tyler, man. It's always dudes named Tyler. Tyler will, instead of getting a job, dudes I know named Tyler, instead of getting a job and working for your family because you don't feel like it, they go to the grocery store and put meat down their pants. That's dudes named Tyler. And then they collect so much garbage instead of being a man and taking it to the, because I was a woman, I didn't have trash service, but I still managed to pull my shit together enough to get it to the dump. Like, my whole life was falling apart, and I still managed to do shit to take care of my mom that I see men every fucking day dodge and avoid doing. You know why? Because men are the parasites. This TikTok breaks my brain every day. And this is how my brain got broke yesterday. Because of they, them. Cool they, them. Don't remember their handle. I got a screenshot of it, and I shared their video on TikTok. I might have saved it. Can't remember. They we're talking about how, like, you know how you take sperm and look at it underneath the microphone? It looks just like those parasites that people spend a lot of money to detox themselves from. And I was like, well, they do sit around the passenger seat a lot in most city and state of every place I've ever lived, and let the women do things until the women ask them to do things they don't want to do, and then all of a sudden they bust out with, I'm a grown-ass man because I have a penis. And then now we live in an age where it don't matter no more. Like, their wiener waiver, they can't pass with that no more. Like, when I was growing up, I just got beat up by dudes. Mom's been beat up. Like, by it is right. It's like, Mom got her head slammed in the corridor because she wouldn't back down. That's the stock I come from. So it's like, you're gonna you're gonna have to kill her to stop her mentality is what she had. Thank God she's still here. And men are like that. Like, you bruise their ego, you make them feel like little bitches because they're little bitches inside, and they don't want the rest of the world to know that they want to be little spoon in real life. Dude, we go to war because, like, I think they cherry pick astrological signs to provoke and instigate machismoism is what I come to find out. I bet I want to get in the databases. I want access to any database that I want, and I won't do weird shit with it. And I don't need to know names. I just need to know date of birth. I don't even need to know genders. But I bet predominantly the Marines and the Army and those like Roman copycat crap, they're all gay men pretending to be straight. I bet they're predominantly Virgos, Pisces, and I'd say Gemini that make up the military forces. I bet. Because Aries, like, we do what we have to do to take care of the things that are important. If we're balanced, if we're imbalanced, we're like everybody else and we just live from our ego. But like my dad used to always talk about how he sacrificed. Like I drive truck and I do all this and then I found out he was just like a speed whore that was just, cheating on every wife he had with lot lizard. Like he was always the trash heap that I knew in my heart that he was. And he always portrayed himself to be a really great guy. So every time I go out in the world and I see all these really great guys and gals, all these girls that are really, really great, I'm like, I just don't buy that you're that great. You might be cool, but I'm always like, where's the shadow side? Like, I really legitimately think if you look at my dad's Tragbolt logs, that you might find like serial killer shit. I'm not even kidding. The guy was always protected by my grandmother, who was an Eastern Star, and her father, a Freemason. Their connections just got him out of prison sentence, jail sentence, things he should have gone to jail for, he got away with, so he kept doing things, and look at, that's what society is run off, guys that never sowed what they reaped. They just reap what they sow. They never had to account for their misgivings. Every time they were a dick, every time that people are a bully, every time that people machismo out. I don't care if you're female, male. It's just my way. That's why I yield. I hardly get angry anymore. Ever since my dear sweet boys died and went to heaven, I hardly get angry anymore. I don't raise my voice. I get loud because I'm passionate, but I don't have all the fear in me that I'm trying to keep out. And most people have all this fear and they stuff it in, and that's why they get cancer. And I don't want to get no cancer. Cancer is a terrible thing. It's just, it's not just, they talk about cognitive dissonance. Well, you have cellular dissonance by just not putting things in your, soon everybody will have access to like true. I remember back in the 90s, my grandma went to a place, maybe it was early 2000s. I think she took a train and went out to like Sparks or someplace in Reno, Nevada, someplace like that from Atascadero. And they did a full ass like allergy panel on her and gave her every allergy, and then like she built a diet off that. See, and every blood type needs a different diet. Some blood types need more grain, more oats. They need that. I need meat. I'm an O positive. I need so much protein. I eat steak for breakfast. Just steak. I'm a carnivore. People would be like, that's, I don't take it to extremes. Why? Because I watch True Blood. And I see what happens when people take things to extremes. And I learned from a very young age not to be extreme. You have to keep it nice and light, nice and even keel. It's important to keep things here, because when things, even in cool play, all you need is one flash, one spark, and that ignites oftentimes. And we're living in a world of fearful people, because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do if this happens. They don't know what to do if that happens. I know what to do. I seem to know what to do in every situation that comes up in my life. Because sometimes that what to do is nothing. That's what I learned in my life, is that I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go here, I want to go there. And what do? I do nothing. Or I pick up my dumbbells and I do sets of 111 because that's the time I was born. So I just listened to Aubrey Starr's report on this week on her interpretation. I think she has heavy Gemini influence. She talks fast a lot. I think she does. I don't know. She's a Gemini. She's a mom. She's cool. I always support the single moms because mom's a single mom. Mom was always a single mom, dude. And she did everything by herself. It's amazing that she found peace. And that she didn't end up down some sort of a bottle or down the end of some abusive man's barrel of his gun, because that's the kind of guys that she picked, because she has all that potential. She's a remarkable lady and she deserves the world. So I've lived out in the world so I can bring it home to her and give her reports, and she don't gotta waste her energy. When I got a DUI at Offutt Air Force Base, I used to walk across the golf course. Sometimes 10:30 at night. It'd be real quiet, but it would be lit up because I'm out in the middle of the golf. There's trees and stuff, but I walked across that golf course so many times. I started collecting all the golf balls I found. And then I'd wonder who played golf, like what officer, like where did they come from? And that's when I figured out the military is like any other organization. It's just a group of people that will let you play as long as you're willing. But once you get into the rule makers, it's a different thing. I was at Stratcom. It's all a pony show. I was on the base when 9/11 happened and George Bush came into Offutt. He went past the shop that I worked at, and I gave him that one. I've been flipping. That's all I have. I remember when a kid, I was in high school, and baby bitch Bush's dad, George Sr., they're all creeps. They're all do as I say, not as I do. They're all they're all nasty. Oh, they're such horrible deplorables. They are. Just from all of the help they haven't allowed in life. Like all the hindrance that they've called. Not just the death and destruction, but all the terrible things that they did in the name of entertainment and just men being men. I hate that shit. And some guy went to go see George in the park at Caldwell where I used to hang out. And he's like, F you or something, and flipped the guy off. He got tackled. He was way in the back. Sheriff police still tackled the guy. Like, we never have been a free country. They just say that you're free to say that you're free. But if you go against somebody, if you go against people and their systems, their principalities will come rain down on you. So anyway, I want to do a mythological Gantt chart. A whole ass Gantt chart. So I got to start learning about what other people want to tell me about the gods and the stars and the stories of all of them. My data collection is going to be collecting stories of mythology and the stars, and then I will interpret it in the planet. And that's how I navigate why people are going to act the way that they're going to act. Because they don't go against themselves. We go to war because this time in the sky, last time we went to war. Well, shouldn't we have evolved past that by now? No, we haven't. We've evolved more into it. People are less gung-ho. It's all rituals for their gods in the sky. That's what people don't get. is all the worst. It's all rituals for their stuff in the sky. It's all plays like we can predict how they are gonna behave. It's always on like three things are congruent: rocket launchings, rocket bomb droppings, and men that like boys in big hats and robes. They all happen at the same time. When I was on Crete and we did Iraq, when we liberated them, when we walked into their house and crapped on their floor for their own good, like, come on, man. I'm not a frat boy, so I'm not stupid. I don't think that's cool. My brother's a frat boy. He's part of the program. I wonder how Jared's doing right now. He's probably close to retirement. And nothing he ever did matter, but he's made millions of dollars. Because you gotta make millions of dollars when you between you and your wife, every year you're pulling in $500,000 from the state system. Working in the straight, how do you, I remember, I'm just a poor sap trying to get by, raise my family. Now state employees for the state of California are millionaires. And that dude has never given me one dime to help take care of his mother to support the life that he loves so much. Like, that dude, the demons are gonna come dragging that guy off. I already know it. I don't gotta be mad at the guy. Me being mad at people is just only gonna put cancer in my butt. Meaning, resentment is like me drinking the poison and expecting the person that I have a resentment for them to die. I don't want nobody to die. More hands, less work. Anyway, things are getting pretty interesting. I bet it's going to be a hot summer with all of the air and fire energy. That's the energy which I hold and carry with me through life. That I'm always having to cool my jets. I'm always having to temper myself down. I walk in the room. I learn to introduce myself, say hello, hi. Like when you walk into a quiet room and you don't want to scare nobody. So I don't want to lurk around and be all sneaky. So I'll announce myself and people just aren't used to people like me because there ain't a lot of people like me on this planet. There just aren't. I keep looking, like, and I ended up back where Mom was born. I came back to where Mom's birthplace is. So I'm surrounded by cousins. I'm surrounded by aunties. I'm surrounded by all these people that just pretend I don't exist because Mom was a throwaway human. And how did she end up back in the town when we threw her away? We can't get rid of her. Oh, Ma, you're like a little sticky shoe. But my whole life I said, Ma, I wanted to know where this nose came from, and now I know. And now I don't care. Now relatives and ancestry and all that, it means nothing to me. I have Chiron in Aries. I'm an orphan with parents and mom, because Mom came from an orphanage. You don't learn how to be a good parent by living in an orphanage you don't learn how to take care of other things when you have to lay in your own soiled mess all night because the staff don't want to come and get you. Terrible things happened to Mom when she was a kid. Terrible things happened. So that's why because that, and it stops with me. It stops with me. People could provoke me. They could, do all the stuff that they've always done to get my goat. I have a peace inside me now. And I think about all the things, all the hurtful things I had to go through to get to this peaceful place. And I don't want to give it away. And I don't want other people to give away their peace either. Keep your peace. If you don't feel at peace, don't go outside and match that peace you're not feeling with other peace that other people aren't feeling. I'm in my avoidant era, really. My hair looks nice though. Oh, so pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, I'm turning into an old lady right in front of my eyes. I sometimes I see old pictures of me and I think about how I should have used my looks. I tried to get into the adult film industry back in, well, 10 years ago, 2017, 2000. I couldn't get a job. I couldn't, I started to see that this world, I could fit in. I played a role, but I couldn't play that role anymore. I was like a little eagle busted out of the shell. Two of them did it yesterday. The two little eagles were born. I said, can you imagine being an eagle and an Aries? Two eagle Aries. Those things are going to be freaking. I hope they prosper. Whenever I see that, I think I'm like, there's Benny and there's Tuck. Like we just keep doing cycles of life, like we have to make a planet that's worth living on because I'm tired of coming back here. And they're making it so people aren't even gonna die anymore. You're just gonna just keep that consciousness going, and like the way of the world. Like if people lose their heart, they lose their humanity. That thing that keeps them from hindering others is what I see it. That humanity keeps me from causing harm. That heart connection keeps me from causing harm to other people. Because I'm built for war. I'm trained to kill the mosquito, so to speak. And I hate mosquitoes, so I will kill every mosquito I can. I just want to leave it on the mosquito. I don't want to put that potential of you're an annoyance, I'm going to get rid of you. And that's what people that live in a self-will run riot mentality do. Whatever they want, whatever they feel like it, without any discipline, without any inconvenience. We all get old. Actually, no, not all of us get old. Did you want to go back outside, honey bear? Wow, she just went up the. Whoa! She just went up the front door stairs. My little dog did. All my boys are here energetically. Even Arthur Boo! Hi, pretty girl Luna. My old lady, you gonna go see the boys? Huh? I asked her that. You gonna go see the boys? You tell them how much I love them? Her name's Luna. She was 40 minutes from being put down, and I've had her 10 years. If I wouldn't have rescued her 40 years ago right now, I would be without a dog, and I'm really glad that I still have her. Look at this. I can't even. Thank you. First of all, thank you for saying so. I don't want to deflect. I'm bad about deflecting compliments. And then little Linda F, my first sponsor, picked up on it pretty quick and just said, just say thank you. So I say that now. Thank you. I was looking at it earlier and thinking to myself how hella dope it looks myself. I have to wash it. It's been a week. I found some really cool shampoo, and it actually literally makes my hair glisten. Like, especially, with all my Gemini placements, I'm one of those people that have a lot of different hair products. And I have them basically based on how they smell. And I never really cared about performance. But as I get older and I'm taking better care of myself, I'm spending more money on quality shit is what I'm doing. Well, what stuff that I find quality. But like this, the shampoo that I have for like a 32-ounce bottle, it's like I only buy the little ones. I'll buy a big one day, but the idea of spending like fucking $120 on a bottle of shampoo. And then that's the thing is like, I don't want to get sick of it because I do that too. I have a half a bag of this dope shampoo in there. It's in, you buy it by the bag and then you can pour it in little bags. But see, I'm starting to get kind of, I have to work harder to not be OCDE because that shampoo, when I use it, I got it when we lived in Hondo, and it like triggers memories because I'm huge on smell memory. Smell memory will put me in a time and a place, and then I'm like, okay, but I'm here. That place don't exist anymore. I'm right here. This is the only place that things exist. Is right here. I don't have to worry about things in the future because that don't exist either. It's just the place and the no place space. It don't exist. So I've been going down this, but usually I get stuff by smell, and then like I'm stoked if it performs well. But like, and mom's hair likes it too. Of course it would, you know. Um, it's half my hair is her hair. Uh, we're gonna wash her hair today. As a matter of fact, we should have done it yesterday. Uh, but her hair, I'm cutting her hair, and she likes her hair. I'm so like, I've given her a haircut. I feel like she's gone to salons and she's trying to articulate to other people, but doesn't know how. And it's like a sum of all parts. Like mom used to. I'll show you mom's hair. Mom used to have big hair. Maybe I will. I'll try. I'll put some effort in because I have packed some things away, so I just can't remember. I'm getting so slow. I hit 51 and I about went down to 1/3 speed. Let's see if mom's in this one. Oh my goodness. This is the only, I'm so grateful that these exist though because it means I was here the whole time. Here's a picture. Easter. There's mom. Mom was like, there's a lot of women I can't date because they look like mom, and there's a lot of dudes that date women because they look like their mom. It's weird, but I talk about things how I see them, and like I've always been those. I had 2 pair of those coveralls. You couldn't get me out of them. I was born an old man. And then like yeah, it's funny. I was all eating the candy. So mom had big hair. I'm gonna show these to mom later. I wonder if I can get these to come out. Oh my goodness, there's pictures in pictures. Is that me? This is a picture I've never seen before. This is a picture of me I've never seen before in my whole life. This is right when I put a fish. This is the place I put a fishing hook through my tongue. I wrote a story about it in elementary school. See, I always stuck my tongue out as a little retarded kid. This is after terrible thing. I knew that there are evil in men. I hated dressing like that. Mom would put clothes and put me in this stuff, and I hated it. This was before. This is before I was 10 months old. And this is after. So trauma, like, changes And I'm comprehensive on how. So, world's a trip. People are starting to open up to see things how I see them. Or they're starting to understand the thing I say. Oh, Jerry in a fire truck. My brother is such a piece of shit. He really is. He could have been such a good guy. I remember, like, when he had all these suits because of his fraternity shit and all that crap. And then I was like, you could, like, open, like, a place where dudes that don't know how to look for jobs, you could teach them how. You know? Because he was always so lazy. He always avoided hard work. These are my first animals, Indian Pinky. First critters I had were rats. I was doing the dishes on a stool. 3 years old, 2 years old. I was making pancakes by myself and getting in trouble. I was a cute kid. It's my birthday, so this is all. Look, this is carving. I remember carving these pumpkins. I remember the slimy. I grew out of it. It was all, try this on. No, that's cool. It's my first day at school. These are pictures I have never ever seen. Well, some of them. Most of these I have. But they tried to make me the little kitten lady, and I just didn't like dudes. So then they're like, well, let's make her trans. Like, you could tell I really did like my brother. That's funny that you said that about Eleanor, because this woman was Polly. And it was at her house I watched Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and I got stuck in her freezer. She had these golden setters. Look, I really love my brother, and he freaking hated me my whole life. But yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, bad habits. What? But are they? They're just ways that people. We have free will. We don't have to pick up those bad habits. Is what took me a long time to figure out. Look, this is Mom. Back in her. What does it say? Mom loves Margie. Mom loves Jerry. A bushel and a peck. A hug around the neck. That's so funny. That's Mom. What is it in her hand? Is she having a little drink in her hand? Mom? I thought you didn't ever drunk. She never drunky drunk? She's a pretty lady though, so lots of dudes freaking took advantage of her. I wonder where that was. It looks like a church. Looks like there's chairs. Looks like the little red church. Me too. Total servers. That's that, and this is like after this is after we moved to Morro Bay. That was her. So she went from this, something real bad happened, to this. But look, I still have this stuff. In the box in the living room, I have this award with this picture in it. And then Jerry, my brother, tries to paint this picture that he lived this horrible childhood. He is a piece of work. Here's Morro Bay. That was like one of my first pictures I ever took. Look at that. There's nothing back there. This is 1974. You're telling me a reset happened back in the 1900s? Really? They happen all the time. They're constantly resetting places. Oh, wash, rinse, repeat. Oh, did you want to go outside, honey bear? Want me to let you out? Mom used to write on the back of pictures, so some of these have writings on them. What does this one say? 972 Lawson Tunis. Wait, what was it? 767-8675. Wait, no. What was it? 767 0670. 767-0670. That was the phone number that we had when we lived in this place. Lawson Tunis in Morro Bay. As far as I know, I'm going to look it up. 972 Los Tunis, Morro Bay. I thought it was Lawson Tunis. It's Los Tunis, Morro Bay, California. Monkskin Manor. Monkskin Manor is what we call. This is April 10th, 1980. Home from December 1997 to April 1980. 2 years, 4 months. See, Mom was a stellar record keeper. And that's how I learned how to keep good record, is because of my mom. Oh, here we go. Is this the picture I think it is? Yes! Yes! Look at, you can see how bad my teeth were. Trauma fucking messes with your face. I guess I got over it. I guess I did something right. I didn't end up in a bottle. Oh, yeah. That dress, I hated that dress. I was like, Mom, I'll do this for you, but shit. Damn it. It's my brother's 8th grade graduation. Parsons. 82. This is when I became, this is Heyoka. Look, I've been a Heyoka my whole life. I've been a clown. This is when Mom, look at Mom. I watched a dude do her and frickin' force himself on her in the kitchen. And she was just trying to give us a good life. So, what do I do? How do I repay her? What do you want for breakfast, Ma? Anything you want, Ma? Ma, you're going to be so excited I found all these pictures. Are you still sleeping hard? See? Look like a little dude. That was Mitzi. Huh. That's funny. He can't paint a picture that he had a miserable childhood. Ma is so cute. So cool. Alright, I've been rambling on long enough. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for